Conker's Bad Fur Day was without a doubt one of Rare's most standout titles. Aside from being one of their few games that required me to bring a parent with me in order to even purchase it, the game had a tonal perspective that was just so radically different from what was seen in their other games at the time, as if this game, on some level, just wanted to break down the adorable, cute platformer walls that surrounded it, as well as so many other games of that sort around the time, and just kind of take a piss out of it, all while providing a very enjoyable gameplay experience. But this M-rated adventure was once anything but. It was a bright, happy, family-friendly platformer, starring a non-alcoholic squirrel named Conker. And today on Gaming Mysteries, I'll be talking about 12 Tales Conker 64, the original version of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and some unused Bad Fur Day stuff, just for fun. Now, many of you probably had your first introduction to the Conker character with his very own first released game, Conker's Pocket Tales for the Game Boy Color, a game that was happy and lighthearted and nothing at all like Bad Fur Day, though the character himself made his first appearance at E3 1997, in what was to seemingly be another cute, adorable platformer from Rare, Conker's Quest. Of course, later renamed to 12 Tales Conker 64. Now, 12 Tales Conker 64 was to be a 3D platformer starring none other than Conker and his dear love, E-rated Barry. Notice the difference between these two things. The two would set out on a quest to stop the evil hoodlums because they suck and stole 100 birthday presents. 100 animals in the same area all had birthdays on the same day, and these bastards stole them all. So it's up to Conker and Barry, you remember them, to collect the stolen presents and rescue their other dear forestly friends while stopping those hoodlums. So you are essentially just an adorable neighborhood watch. To accomplish your great mission, you would take control of both Conker and Barry, both of whom come with their own unique styles of play. Conker would fight in a more direct fashion, using his slingshot, while Barry would emphasize a more strategic portion of the game, having the ability to nourish and take command of a monster that would fight for her. And so they would both go forth in what looked to be a colorful, cheery-ass game to collect not just presents, but God knows how many other things as well. One can only imagine with this being Rare. So I'm already sold. But as if those features weren't enough, you'll also be taking on over 50 villains, have the ability to smash crates, carry rocks, and shake trees, if you choose to be so audacious, all across 4 expansive worlds. Not to mention, there was to be split-screen multiplayer. Yeah, so by all accounts, it seemed like all was looking good for Conker. Even outlets at the time were saying the same, that it was another cute platformer from Rare, and there's nothing wrong with that. It looked great, and the tree swinging thing looked like it was going to be a really fun mechanic, and exhilarating, dizzying, sure, but cool. But of course, while this game was being developed, Rare was busy with other projects as well, mainly Banjo-Kazooie and Diddy Kong Racing, especially Diddy Kong Racing at that point, considering it was coming out in 1997. So the focus could hardly be put on Conker, which led to Rare delaying the project, moving it from its original holiday 1997 release date to make room for Diddy Kong Racing, a game that would feature the Conker character, introduce him to the masses, and hopefully put Conker in a good spot for when his game was finally going to be released. And with 1997 aside, in early 98, Rare at that point announced that the game's new ship date would be October 26, 1998, with Banjo-Kazooie coming out in summer of that same year, letting Conker shine in the fall. Though life has a way of taking your well-thought-out plans and stepping on them, as after the release of Diddy Kong Racing in 97 and Banjo-Kazooie in mid-98, when looking at 12 Tales Conker 64, critics began to make complaints about how the title was nothing more than another cutesy game from Rare, which is something they kind of said before and didn't really have a problem with it, but now we have a problem with it now. And this reportedly led Rare to fear that the game wouldn't be easily differentiated from the crowd of platformers out there. And the critics being dicks about it probably didn't help the situation either, and what resulted was the project being taken out of the public eye, seeing multiple delays with almost an entire year without even a mention of the game, which made the public begin to think that the game had been cancelled, though Rare assured everyone that the project was still being worked on by a full team, with the same level of dedication as what was first announced. And the team wasn't lying, as behind the scenes, 12 Tales was receiving a massive overhaul, turning it into a new game entirely, by discarding its kid-friendly tone and collectathon roots, in exchange for more adult humor and adult situations in general, not to mention taking inspiration from South Park. The radical departure known as Conker's Bad Fur Day was born. Now that's pretty much it for 12 Tales, though since we're here, as I said in the beginning, let's go over some unused elements that were left within Conker's Bad Fur Day, just for fun, shall we? We have a variety of unused models, like this walkie-talkie, a laptop, a corn bag, table candlestick, not to mention everyone's favorite unused Conker model, Pikachu's tail, which was used in one of the game's cutscenes that Nintendo had censored, which is understandable, I guess, given what game this is, but mostly it's just a damn shame. Oh, and there was another censored cutscene that involved the KKK, which is pretty fucked up, actually. But these are not the only unused cutscenes left in the game, as there are more, though they're for the most part just variations on existing cutscenes that were used in the game. Aside from the cutscenes, the game also features some inaccessible areas. Most notable is this one with an unreachable chocolate piece. And as a collector, seeing it there and not being able to get to it is just, that's terrible. And it seems that the location was originally going to be opened up and it would feature its own section, but it didn't come to be. As to why the chocolate was left there, to quote the director, it was left because he knew it would fucking annoy people. And that is pretty funny. Good man. But that's 12 Tales Conker 64, and some miscellaneous stuff about Bad Fur Day. It's ungodly fascinating to see such a cute and perhaps by-the-numbers platformer evolve into something that's anything but. And while these changes and the game's overall change in tone are probably what make it so beloved by fans, as someone who wasn't bothered by platformers where you play as cute things and going around collecting shit when this game was being retooled, and who still feels that way and would like to collect more things, seeing all this potential held within the remnants of 12 Tales just hurts me. I mean, I'd play it. I'm not gonna, obviously, but I would if I could. I want to swing from trees. I want more platformers, and I would love it if Conker could exist as something more than a character to be cheaply thrown out at E3 to sell your new shit that I'm not gonna buy anyways. But they wouldn't be dreams if they came true, now would they? This has been Gaming Mysteries. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Yuriofwind here, and welcome back to End Slate. You just watched the Gaming Mysteries on 12 Tales Conker 64, or the beta of Conker's Bad Fur Day, something that's been heavily requested for a long time now, which means I'm sure everyone was really disappointed by it, and it was an underwhelming experience. Though I hope you enjoyed it. Because, you know, otherwise my self-esteem's going to take a big hit. But my self-esteem aside, welcome back to End Slate. I hope you enjoyed the video if I didn't say that already. My short-term memory is really bad. Let's get into doing this End Slate thing, though, where I recommend videos to you. One of the videos I'd like to recommend is the last video I did on this channel, which was an obscure gaming on Sonic the Hedgehog 4 for the Super Nintendo. It was a magical experience. You rescue Mario. It's one of the best games of my generation, personally. Just mine, and no one else's. And, let's see, the other video I'd like to recommend is a part of my Let's Play on Corpse Party. Perhaps the latest part I uploaded where Yuka was doing some weird stuff. That game ends pretty bad for me, for anyone who's actually paying attention to that Let's Play. I get the worst ending you can possibly get out of the game, which is a bummer. What are you gonna do? I suck. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and now I guess we get to the bottom of the screen. You know, if you like the video and you want to like it or share it or favorite, do the things that people usually beg you to do, you're free to do so, and it's deeply appreciated. Though you don't have to do it. Not one of those things I force on people if you're new to the End Slate world of me. So appreciated, though not demanded. Again, though, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the flip side. A bug just flew by my head. I'll catch you guys on the flip side on the next video. Next time on N-Slate, God knows what's gonna happen. I'll probably just ramble about nothing because I don't script these, but, you know, we never know. So, see you guys next time on N-Slate.